Life was simple. I worked hard, minded my own business, and stayed focused on my career in IT consulting. That was my routine. Nothing fancy, nothing dramatic, just the usual grind. But then out of nowhere, something happened that I couldn't control. In April 2022, my family planned a trip to Vancouver, Canada for our kids' spring break. I had been feeling under the weather for weeks, but I figured I was just tired from work. The closer we got to the trip, the worse I felt. By the time we were actually traveling, I was struggling. Everything felt harder. Walking, breathing, even just sitting still. Something was off. When we landed in Vancouver, I noticed something strange. My midsection and back were swollen, so much that I could barely recognize myself. My spouse, who is a nurse, took one look at me and I could see the worry in his eyes. "I think I need to take you to the hospital now," he said. There was a problem though. My health insurance wouldn't cover me in Canada, so instead we turned around, drove straight back to Seattle. At 2 a.m. we arrived at the hospital in Bellevue. Exhausted, I walked into the ER, still convinced that this had to be some kind of stomach issue because of heartburn feeling, maybe something wrong with my digestive system. But I was wrong. The doctors ran some tests, and when they came back, their faces were serious. One of them looked me in the eye and said, "Your heart is 3 times bigger than it should be." I stared at him. What? I think I said what at least 5 times in different pitches and volumes. "You have something called idiopathic cardiomyopathy, which means your heart has weakened for no clear reason. Because of this, you're in end-stage congestive heart failure." I had no words. Congestive heart failure. That meant my heart wasn't pumping blood the way it should. It was getting weaker, filling up with fluid and struggling to do its job. And in my case, it was at its worst stage. I felt like the hospital bed had disappeared beneath me. I tried to shake it off. "Okay, so just do whatever you need to do, but I plan to fly home to Chicago tomorrow and get treated there." The cardiologist grabbed my hand, firm but gentle. He looked straight into my eyes and said, "Mark, you will not reach Chicago. Your heart is struggling and close to bursting." The room went silent. I felt like I was in some kind of dream, a bad one. For the first time in my life, I had no control, no solution, no way to fix it myself. It took me an hour just to process what was happening. I sat there in that cold, sterile room, realizing this was bigger than me. I couldn't just fight it. I couldn't just push through it like a tough work deadline. I had to accept it. I had to trust the doctors, work with them, let them stabilize me so I could live to see another day. I'm sharing this because none of us are immune to life-changing moments like this. Sometimes something impossible happens, something we can't control. And when it does, we must kindly give ourselves the time and space to understand it, accept it, and instead of fighting those trying to help, work with them. It is the only way forward.